We are now just 2 races away from kicking off the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. We have Richmond this Saturday night and then Daytona as the regular season finale. 2 exciting weekends of racing, and I'm here today to give y'all my full-on predictions for Richmond. I believe we're going to see some chaos unfold, and I think it's going to be a very exciting weekend, much more exciting than Watkins Glen. That race right there was a snooze fest, and I'm glad we're done with road racing for the time being. But enough said here, and on to the intro we go.
Hey, Ryan Blaney here, and you're watching William Blackman on YouTube.
Heading into Richmond, I'm having the mindset of that there's really only 2 spots available for the 2025 playoffs. Obviously, there's 3 because you got Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, and Alex the Showman Bowman. But we all know that Tyler Reddick has got a big buffer over the 17 car of Chris Buescher, who finished inside the top 3 in Watkins Glen. Had a great day. He's 57 points clear of him. 3 more from a race. So Tyler Reddick, all he has to do is score some good stage points in stage 1, and he'll be in the playoffs. So I'm having the mindset that there's only 2 spots remaining, and it's going to come down between the 48 and 17 who will get that last point spot, because I think that Ryan Preece is just a tad bit behind. Maybe something happens to the 17 and 48 early on in Richmond where they just lose a lot of points, don't get stage points at all. But that's a lot of wishful thinking, and I think that's a little far-fetched. I think they're going to keep it clean early on. But yeah, Tyler Reddick is going to be in it. So we got 2 races and really 2 spots remaining, and are we going to see those 2 spots filled up by winners? No. I think that Chase Briscoe will win Richmond. He had a good string of runs during the summer, and I think that he's going to get win number 2 in Richmond, and he will head into the 2025 playoffs as a serious championship contender. That 19 car right now is on fire. A bad weekend was this past week in Watkins Glen. 5th place. It is not meeting their standards at all. They expect to win, if not win, finish inside the top 3, top 5. It's a good problem to have if you're mad at that, in my opinion. And Chase Briscoe, they're going to be hell in the playoffs. So keep a close eye on that 19 car. 2nd place, Christopher Bell. I think Christopher Bell is going to have a good outing like he did in Watkins Glen. I can see this 20 car slowly but surely turning things around, and for the right time, too, because the playoffs are just 3 weeks away, and if they can get hot, boy, oh boy, that 20 car could make a run yet again. But moving on, 3rd place, I think Eric Jones is going to surprise a lot of people this weekend in Richmond. I think that Eric Jones, his day is going to come. It may not be in the regular season, it may be in the postseason. I think that Eric Jones will win a race this year. He's just giving me that vibe. He is getting so much out of that equipment, and so is John Hunter Nemechek, to be fair. But I think that Eric Jones is going to be in victory lane at some point, and it could very well be this weekend in Richmond. He's good on short track, so keep a close eye on that Jones boy, Ken Squire used to call. But 4th place, though, Ryan Preece in the 60 car. Ryan Preece, in my opinion, is the superstar of the year, the MVP, if you will. He came into the season with low expectations set by the media and all the fans in NASCAR, and he's proving a lot of people wrong, and he's still in contention for a playoff spot to point his way in. Still needs a little bit of luck, but he can still do it, and Preece could very well make the playoffs this year, and a 4th place finish could help the cause, especially if Chase Briscoe were to win it or a repeat winner. So I think that Ryan Preece is still going to keep the door open. Still a long journey to make it in on points because you're going to have a lot of chaos unfold in Daytona. But he's still going to have a chance, I think, heading into Daytona to point himself in. But it's still a big step to cover. And we'll see about that in 1 week's time. But for right now, he's going to keep the door open. He's not going to let it shut and have to be a must-win in Daytona, if that makes sense. P5, Alex Bowman. I think it's really going to come down to the wire between him, the 60, and the 17. I think that the 17 is going to have a top 10, obviously, but he's not going to be in the top 5. But it's going to be very interesting. I think the stage racing in Daytona is going to be exciting. I hate to look ahead as we do get a race this weekend in Richmond, but Daytona is what it's going to come all down to because, to be fair, we're really not going to see some surprise winner in Richmond. Richmond is not a track we're going to see a front row car just show up out of nowhere with a popular driver like, let's say, Noah Gragson, and have a good setup and just win the race. That's not going to happen. And we're going to see the Team Penske, your Gibbs, your Hendricks, those type of teams be successful. We're not going to see an underdog win. Let's just be real here. So saying that, yeah, there you go there. No upset, so it's all going to come down to Daytona. And we're going to have a driver point himself in. Two drivers, actually. But then my dark horse, it leads it to the 99 car, Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez and Richmond, I think, is a good combination. I think that he's going to have a good outing and set himself up for possibly a good run in Daytona. I think that momentum does carry over in NASCAR. I think if Suarez can have a good result here, he will head into Daytona, a track where he's been hit and miss in the past. I think that he can have some confidence on his side and make some moves that could potentially win him the race, and more importantly, get him to the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, because we all know Suarez is racing for his future, and if he can make the playoffs by winning, he's going to get a cup ride next year if that were to happen, but he has to clutch up these next 2 weeks, and I'm not writing him off for Richmond, but yeah, there you go there. Winner, Chase Briscoe. Second place, Christopher Bell. P3, Eric Jones. P4, Ryan Preece. P5, Alex Bowman. Tyler Reddick will be in the playoffs after stage 1 this weekend, so you can already put him into the playoff bracket, if you will. It's going to be very interesting. I cannot wait for this weekend's race in Richmond. What do you think about my picks? Comment down below. Please like and subscribe.